Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Report: Teryl Austin finalizes two-year deal to stay with Steelers. Steelers defensive coordinator Teryl Austin's contract expired with the team's loss to the Bills in the playoffs, but word this week was that he would remain with the organization. The deal to ensure that happens is reportedly done. Gerry Dulac of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette reports that Austin has agreed to a two-year deal to remain in Pittsburgh. Austin will now head into his third year running the offense after 3 years as a senior defensive assistant and defensive backs coach. The Steelers finished 10th in points allowed during his first season and improved to 6th on their way to the postseason in 2023. While Austin is back, there will be at least one change to the defensive staff. Cameron Wolfe of NFL Media reports that assistant defensive backs coach Gerald Alexander will head to Las Vegas to be the Raiders' safeties coach. It's a good year to need a wide receiver, because the 2024 NFL free agent class could feature a lot of quality players at the position. Wide receiver is a very important position in the modern era. 3 of the last 4 Super Bowl champions had an elite wideout: Tyreek Hill, Chiefs, 2019, Mike Evans, Buccaneers, 2020, and Cooper Kupp, Rams, 2021. When the New England Patriots won their 6th Super Bowl title in 2018, it was wide receiver Julian Edelman who took home the game's MVP trophy. The NFL draft seems to produce a bunch of good wideouts every year, even in the middle to later rounds. Just look at the 2023 draft, where the Kansas City Chiefs got Rashee Rice in the 2nd round, the Indianapolis Colts found Josh Downs in the 3rd round, and the New England Patriots took Demario Douglas in the 6th round. Recent free agent classes didn't include a ton of number 1 or number 2 wideouts. This year could be different, though. There's a ton of veteran talent able to hit the open market. Beckham missed the entire 2022 campaign due to an ACL injury but returned this season with the Ravens and played well. He also played 14 games, which was an impressive number given his injury history. Beckham is no longer a number 1 or number 2 wideout, but he's still capable of being a solid number 3 on a contending team with a good quarterback. The Vikings got great value out of Osborne after selecting him in the 5th round of the 2020 draft. He has tallied at least 48 receptions, 540 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns in each of the last 3 seasons. Now he's due for a raise, and with the emergence of 2023 first-round pick Jordan Addison, it'll be interesting to see whether Minnesota brings back Osborne or uses its cap space to address weaker positions on the roster. Steelers CB Joey Porter Jr. named to the PFWA All-Rookie team. The Pro Football Writers of America put out its All-Rookie team, and one member of the Pittsburgh Steelers made the team. The PFWA named Joey Porter Jr. as one of its cornerbacks, along with Seattle Seahawks cornerback Devin Witherspoon. 2 Steelers rookies who didn't make the team were offensive tackle Broderick Jones and defensive tackle Keanu Benton. The PWFA went with DeJuan Jones of the Cleveland Browns and Darnell Wright of the Chicago Bears instead. At defensive line, it was the Rams' Kobe Turner and the Eagles' Jalen Carter on the interior defensive line. Pittsburgh got significant contributions from all 3 rookies, also with rookie edge rusher Nick Herbig. Porter started 11 games in 2023 and quickly became the team's number 1 cover corner, shutting down the opposing team's best receiver week after week. The Chargers have hired Jim Harbaugh. When he signs his contract, he will sign a 5-year deal, Adam Schefter of ESPN reports. Harbaugh, 60, chose to return to the NFL after winning a national championship with Michigan, leaving behind 2 unresolved NCAA investigations. Michigan was offering him a 6-year contract extension worth $11.5 million annually, Angelique Chengelis of the Detroit News reports. It's a good bet that Harbaugh got at least that much per season, if not more. Harbaugh's 9-year stay at Michigan was his longest at any of his stops as a head coach. He spent 3 seasons at the University of San Diego, 4 seasons at Stanford, and 4 seasons with the 49ers. During his NFL playing career, Harbaugh was a quarterback for the Chargers in 1999 to 2000. He made 17 starts. One of the Bears' most significant needs this offseason is another elite edge rusher to pair opposite Montez Sweat, who the Bears acquired and signed ahead of the NFL trade deadline. Could the Bears solve that need with Sweat's former teammate? One ESPN insider, Jeremy Fowler, believes the Bears may sign Chase Young this offseason. Washington traded its star defensive line bookends at the 2023 trade deadline, with Sweat then thriving as the Chicago Bears' lead rusher and Young now competing for a Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers, Fowler wrote. Chicago, in its efforts to bolster its pass rush, evaluated both Young and Sweat in the months leading up to the deadline. Sweat landed a 4-year, $98 million extension with the Bears, who could spend more money in free agency to sign a pass rusher such as Young. Mike Mitchell says it'd be an honor to become Steelers coach. The Pittsburgh Steelers just lost assistant defensive backs coach Gerald Alexander to the Las Vegas Raiders. Former Steelers safety Mike Mitchell just had his contract expire with the Indianapolis Colts, and he won't re-sign with the team. It makes Mitchell's return to Pittsburgh as a coach, not a player, a logical fit. And evidently, one Mitchell endorses. Mitchell spent 4 years in Pittsburgh, signing as a relative, high-priced free agent after spending 4 years with the Raiders and 1 season in Carolina. From 2014 to 2017, Mitchell started 61 games for the Steelers, recording 281 tackles and 4 interceptions. He was best known for his hard-hitting and aggressive playing style. Mitchell spent the final year of his NFL career with the Indianapolis Colts in 2018 before hanging up his cleats. He returned to coaching in 2022, hired by the Colts as the team's assistant defensive backs coach. But his contract won't be renewed, and he's looking for his next opportunity. Mitchell even took time during the season to defend Damontae Kazee's hit on Colts WR Michael Pittman, one that got Kazee suspended for the final 3 games of the regular season. Pittsburgh giving him that chance makes plenty of sense. Mike Tomlin's always spoken highly of Mitchell, and there's now a need for an assistant coach with Alexander leaving to become the Las Vegas Raiders safeties coach. In 2022, Tomlin said he still kept in regular contact with Mitchell. "I love Mike," Tomlin said during an episode of his Mike Tomlin show ahead of a Steelers-Colts matchup. "We communicate quite often. I get texts from Mike just about every week." The Steelers normally have 2 defensive back coaches to handle the large number of people in that room, just in the way the team has 2 offensive line coaches, Pat Meyer and Isaac Williams. Mitchell could work closer with the safeties, while defensive backs coach Grady Brown spends a little extra time with the cornerbacks. Pittsburgh figures to hire Alexander's replacement at some point this offseason, and bringing Mitchell is a logical fit, especially knowing he's open to the opportunity. Tomlin's staff is full of notable ex-NFL players, including T's coach Alfredo Roberts, WR's coach Frisman Jackson, and LB's coach Aaron Curry. We'll see if Mitchell is given the chance. And you fan, what do you think of the Mike Mitchell situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.